crack on with some project work. See what's going on. Trying to do the YouTube chat. I should be able to put a chat on here somewhere. Do this. There we go. People have been asking to have the YouTube chat visible. And I've just figured it out. Mainly because I'm an idiot and don't really understand how any of this works, but now when you're watching back, you can see the chat and you can see what we're talking about. So that's good news. And the quest stuff is broken again. Gotta figure out why this keeps breaking. So all I do is refresh the nodes and it fixes all of it. So we'll open all error groupings. Come up here, refresh all of the nodes. Refresh. Refresh. And refresh. Okay. And that's all saved. So beautiful. Jobs are good. And now, what are the errors that we're going to fix today? We are looking at what's on the board. The number of items not in inventory display. Quick slot still appears when should be empty. And assigning a new quick slot. Okay. All of these sound super boring to fix, but we'll do it. So, where am I going? Third person, blueprints, widgets. No, that's not even right. Third person, blueprints, items, components, inventory. That's right. That's the badge, yeah. It's Melon TTV. How have I been? Tired, mate. I am absolutely shattered. How are you? Hope you're well. Update quick slot count. Yeah. Oh, one shows this. Guess what you got. If my status, then find it. Yeah. If found, set out to the item. Yeah, item index. Whip or use item. Removes it from the inventory menu. Does this also remove it from the quick slot? Update quick slot count. It's a bit sad if you're not review. Yeah, okay, like they are a fair slow. They will, yeah, they'll just be slow. Sadly. We'll change quick slot count. Where am I calling this? Because it calls it widgets, quick slot WBP. Change quick slot count, update count. There we go. Checks for duplicates. Quick use quantity text. So this removes the duplicates, but that's fine. If it's more than one, this does that. Sets quick slots to empty. Where's this being called? So it removes okay, whoops, I messed up here. The update count checks for duplicates, and if the item count is 0, then it removes the duplicates. Okay, well, let's give that a test. So I don't think it's removing it from the actual the doodah, the thing. Yeah, so that sets the slot, that's fine. Other than making a game for the kids, why did I get into game dev? Because I was sick of scrolling through my phone at night, not actually doing anything. So there was a opportunity to actually use some skills. So this removes it because it's 0. And that removes it from here. So this all works perfectly fine. But then when we come to rebuild it, it's back here. So actually it's this bit, which is, where are you? Removes the duplicate. I won't even get into that. Sets quick slots to empty. Duplicate. But then in here, we are not yet player character get component by class inventory. Why did you get into game dev, pal? Like, what's the idea for you? What are you in it for? Is this the fix that we're looking for to fix our problems? So there it goes out of there. And if we want to put something back on our quick slot, oh, look at us. We are clever. So now it's 2. We've equipped a sword here. And it's gone from here. Beautiful. Bug and error fixed. Quick slot still appearing. Number of items not in inventory display. It's good to be making progress. Yeah, man, let me know in the chat why you got into game dev, what you're looking to get out of it, what are you in it for. I know why I'm. I love it. I can't be doing anything different. Like, there's so much to learn that it keeps you occupied for so long, and then you feel like there's more to know. So it's always that constant pursuit of understanding and knowing something new. To have fun and hopefully get out of my flat in the future. And my wife has kind of said to something like, I can get that, yeah. Mate, she's telling you because she wants you to do something or do well, right? It's got to come from a good place, right? Or else it's not going to be nice. What was I doing? I was checking what this looked like. Watermelon. There is no indicator here to say how many we have, which is what we need. So let's go to our inventory slots. Man, yeah, love learning new skills. Same. I'm always trying to get better at what I'm doing here. Yeah, just trying to understand what's going on. This base icon. What's happening here? Item quantity. Does this actually get in? It's not. So what about this inventory? That's awesome, man. Like it's awesome that you've got that. It always helps having someone in your corner for sure. Item name. Have we not got an item? Set text amount. The stack is more than one. True. Visible. Right, let's set a breakpoint here and check what's going on. So you gotta have the people that hype you up, man, because like it's hard to stay motivated at times. Right, item info. What, man? I've got 6, which means that this is valid, so this is true. 6. This is also true. So here, so these should all be visible. Oh, is it doing it for every single slot? Okay, that's annoying. So it should be visible. That's what we've understood. But it's not visible. Because why? Because something's cracking off in this base icon. Where the item name takes up a lot of it. If I put in that to test it, let's see what happens now. And some days I spend hours after hours trying to get some code to work, and when I get it, I break down. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. I've got like, I have to have more than one project going, because if I don't, I'll go nuts. Because I just can't be standing the same thing. Wow, that's progress. How does that look? Do we like how that looks? Progress is progress. Why is it so randomly centered though? I hate widget design. Widget design and art might be my worst subject. There we go. Kind of. Can I make that more? Okay, so that's now there. That'll be better. Bring that to the front. And then we've got to make it non-hit testable. Visible, but not hit testable. Sweet. And then we'll just pick up one custard bun. There we go. We've got 5 of these now. Custard buns, alternate axes. Beautiful. Might just lift it up a little bit. That'll do. Let's change this back to 0. No, let's change it back to empty. Don't know why I can't delete code. There we go. Try and save that. Come back to here. Number of items not in inventory display. I hate widgets, man. I've got a way of working with widgets that I like, which is like I just create master widgets and base widgets and then drag them in and change them. So like this one's a base icon, and then this inventory icon only has the base icon. But in general, I dislike any sort of widgets, and there's so many of them as well. Like you have to use them so much. They just do my head in. But the next issue was this thing wasn't disappearing when the menu was closing. So on mouse button leaves, it does that. Well, that's fine. Unclicked, it does that. Yeah, I think it's mainly like a master item, but for widgets. So I use one text thing. Just enables you to then change it. Great, now I'm not going to be able to like rethink of what my error is going to be. Okay, well that's a new error. What am I saying? What's the error that I've got? Hotbar doesn't when open and closing inventory. I think I can fix that one pretty simply. So like the hotbar's open. If I press I, it'll do it. If I what? How am I? There we go. Okay, so if I press I, it releases the widget here, but then never kills it off the screen. Okay, so the open widget to the slider here. Return to inventory menu here. And that's the widget interface. Oh, wait a sec. Oh, can I do event construct? Widget interface. Bind to this engine is not nice, especially when you're an Uber nude. It depends what you're doing, honestly. Like, you've got to remember when you started, like you know nothing, so everything's a challenge. And now, like, if you've been doing it for a little while, you know more than you did before, and like it'll all click as long as you keep at it. It'll all click. What are we doing with this? She can't. There's no event on destruction. I want to bind to it. Let's check. Definitely gets easier. Just, yeah, like it's just the natural thing of things that, like, it gets easier after you've done it for a little while. No, I don't want to do that. Set is enabled. A lot of nodes do have descriptions saying what they do, but a lot of them are also a bunch of junk. Like, these are custom nodes that I've made myself, and but like, if you don't know what a delegate is, then like, that's its own problem. Start information. Event. Yep. Oh, I'm up here. I feel like I'm being an idiot or something, and I don't know what I'm being an idiot with. So this sets the widget switcher to always open on inventory. That's good. That's what we want. But there's got to be a... There's event destruction. So can I bind to this? Undestroyed. Do this call. I'm awful for him, and like I know how to code and stuff, but like, this is my own project, so I don't need to show it to anyone, so everything is pretty messy. I try and go back through it every few weeks and clean it up, but it's not always work. Dev Danny Diggs in the house. Morning, mate. How are you? Bind event 2 undestroyed. Just good, thank you. Tired, man. Tired. Sunday morning. Tired morning. What am I doing here? Remove from. That should, in theory, fix the issue. But I can't replicate the issue very easily. / I can't remember what I did to replicate it the first time. Beautiful. So we assign here. So I know how to get to the. No, I don't. Okay. So I know how to get to this one. This one is fine. So now I can do the hotbar widget issue. Where are you? Quick slots. Because I use different names for everything and then forget what I call stuff. Quick slot menu, graph. Build quick slots. Yep. So then we can do get player character. And get the interface. Bind. Event undestroyed. So this should do what we need to do. Danny, how's your game coming along, my friend? Seeing you've been busy with some procedural animations. I was jealous. So I don't know how to do that. Okay, so that is fine, except it's added a dark layer to the game. Control rig stuff, man. Like, control rigs are nuts. Build quick slots, add 6 quick slots, change that to 4, so that's not a big deal. Guessing this is getting called from the hood though on begin play. How is inverse kinematics? Like I've played with it. It seems like hella complicated. I saw your little dude running around. He looked quite fun when he was sprinting. Control rig's not as hard as some people make out. Okay, fair. I'm gonna have to look into this then. Have to check it out. So that's not going to work in here because this quick slot box gets called when it's opened. So if I go to options and then go to here, get this quick slot box, add that to this, and then we can do both of these. And that should work. I had to play with the locomotor plugin, but that was like completely broken, mate. I couldn't, not that I couldn't figure it out because I had it all working, but I couldn't even like get it to do. Wow, look at that. We fixed it. Sweet. Beautiful. Hotbar event doesn't disappear when open and close inventory. Can't replicate this, so I'm just going to leave that there for a second. That's cool, man. So, did you use IK for that? To move the flashlight to wherever your weapon was? Or did you actually like hard animate it? Keyframe it? ALS and... No, I mean, they're not animation tools, right? They're projects that hold a bunch of animations, but they're not animation tools. They're game animation sample project. That's just how a new way of like choosing locomotion. That's basically all it is. They're both basic locomotion type systems at their core. Yeah. I think that's most of what was on the list. Okay. Right, so the first thing that's not on the list that is a bugbear. This one. Stats. Carry capacity. I've done some IK stuff for like left-hand IK. That was pretty easy, and the locomotor plugin was easy enough to follow Epic's stuff, but it just wasn't really working. Okay, better. It's good. Right, enemy. Where is the enemies? Enemy. Enemies. That's not the right enemy. Assets. World. Okay. Let's go here. Skeletal mesh. It's cool. Welcome, man. Like, Discord's fun. There we go. Spearman. Where is he? No, don't want that. Content characters. Right, what over here? Yeah, man. Like when your project's up, I'll happily take a look at it. Sounds awesome. Okay, so I want... Oh, there's a slime in here. Let's go. Where's he got his static mesh? Okay, that's all I need. Damn, what? Mate, he's massive. Why you made him so big? Some weird Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. What are you doing? I don't know if I'm going to do a voice actor. I don't know if I'm going to voice act any of it. I'm hoping not to. Animation. It's a horse. Sweet. Okay, back to what I was actually doing, which is structure. S underscore enemies. And we want a phenom. I mean, he's something. He's meant to be like the main helper character, but he's like too big to be like doing. It's more like Shadow of the Colossus. Enemy name. So we can use S enemies. Do Animal Crossing. Oh god, like Simlish. That would be awful. So we can use enemies to have different things, so that's fine. So actually I want a skeletal mesh here. So this will be the skeleton. And then stats. E stats. This needs to be a map. And this one needs to be Lego Racer did it too. I've never played Lego Racer. What have I got set up on the items? Because I want the same thing. Third person, blueprints, items, DT items is not where I want to put item into. Item info. We've got E stats and S stat types, so that's what I want. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm not even like at that stage yet. At the minute, we're just trying to get stuff knocked together. Where is he? Where's S stats? Stat type. No. Yeah, man, I've had to get the kids off Roblox for a bit until all of that dies down. Like, they're pretty sensible, but it's not about them, is it? It's about everyone else. Once Roblox comes out with a decent, like, I've had to really, like, we have those conversations with the kids quite a lot because the world's like a scary place and that, but like, that was probably one of the worst ones that I've had to have with them. Like, that game that you're playing isn't like protecting you as it should. Like, just awkward. Or sounds like last thing to add. Same with any sounds to us. I don't know. Sounds make a lot of a difference in a game. Like footstep sounds or like ambient music and birds and stuff. Like, they make a huge difference. Enemy type, skeleton stats. Have I got an attacks one? I don't know if I've got attacks. That'll be alright for now though. We'll go back to our enemies folder. Which is here. Let's make a new data table. This will be DT. Enemies. Yeah, man, it sucks. And their stance on the big stuff is leaves something to be desired. Like banning people for exposing it is not a good look. Right, so this guy is on the red team. What genre is this game? It'll be like a RPG when it's finished. Let's give him some stats. What stats does he need? He needs health. He has a health stat of 100. He needs does he need health regen? That is the question. Am I going to make him super strong? No, let's give him some physical damage. Give him about 10. 10 physical damage. I don't even know if this guy's got a animation blueprint actually. It's got a physics asset and a skeletal asset. It's got an idle, a walk, and a run. Okay. And he's not got anything else. Right, okay. Let's also add into S enemies a weapon as well. That can be a static mesh. Single. And we want a socket to equip. Socket to equip to. So that we can actually equip our enemy. I mean, as a game dev, as an indie man, you've got to know a little of everything, right? So, like, you're going to pick up sound design soon. This is why you should make small projects and not massive projects, because massive projects just never get done. But I'm going to get this one done. I'm going to be the guy. Be that guy. Hopefully, maybe. Spear. And underscore. Yeah, you're not wrong. So it means being a jack of all trades game dev. It does. It means marketing as well and all sorts. It's why like Discords and stuff are really good because you can like interact with people and talk to people and hopefully receive help and stuff. Like not help, like just like mental help, like because it's draining, man. Like banging your head against that wall, it's like good and fun or whatever, but like at some point it's just a bit like, oh man, I just wish. Yeah, help is always good. I'm lucky, man. I like when I started, I put a message out on onto a Discord and said like, I'm starting learning. Does anyone want to learn alongside me? Data table. Row handle? Is that the one? Yeah. How long programming in UE5? I did programming myself, but I never did game development. Is it hard to transition from software development to game development? How long have I been programming in UE5? A year. A bit. Like a year and 2 months. Maybe 3 months. A year, yeah. 1 year, 3 months. yeah, 1 year and 3 months. You can see the first video I put out was like a month after starting to learn. The video's awful, but I've left it up there to show people like where I started and stuff. As for software development to game development, it depends what language you're programming in. Like, blueprints are just blocks of code that you just drag and drop, and you just need to know which ones are the right ones to drag and drop. But if you're already a programmer, then like you already know the core principles of like object-oriented programming and stuff, and that'll make it easier for you. Like, you'll know how to do if statements and branches and how classes and functions work, I would hope. Come back to me. There we go. Sorry about that. For whatever reason, like after 40 or odd minutes, my internet just decides that it wants to freak out and just doesn't do very well. They do it like blueprints are beginner friendly, but C++ not so much. It depends where you come from though. Like, if you've already come from a programming background, you might enjoy the C++ stuff a lot more. So it purely depends on your background and where you come from. Like, I'm always a bit like, I've only been learning a year and people are asking me loads of questions, and I have to be as honest as possible and say, I don't know everything, man. Like, I'm not everyone say, not everyone, but I'll get a lot of comments like, are you really good and all this, and I'm like, I don't feel it 80% of the time. Like, I'll do small victories, like I've fixed a bunch of errors in this project and moved on with the project, and that's made me feel good. But for the majority of the time, I'm just the guy that's going, ah. So yeah, I feel like everyone feels that way though, which is good, but also bad. Break S enemies. Set enemy name. Set skeletal mesh asset to skeleton. Alright, let's see if that does what I wanted to do. Go to details. Find my dude. Change him to be red, green, on. Okay. DT enemies. He's red. Instruction script should find him. Set the enemy name. Let's go. I feel like I've come well far. Like, I do. I feel like I've come very far in my own like personal journey. I try not to compare myself to other people at all. Like you don't know if they've dedicated 8 hours a day or like 12 hours a day, if they've got work, if they've got kids, if they've got life and all this sort of stuff. So I try not to compare myself to others just in my own journey. Like, everyone's got their own thing that they're cracking on with, their own struggles, etc. So I feel like I've come far personally, and it's great that other people are watching and being like, yeah, I can do this, and I'm like, sick, like, show me how you do that, or like, where did you learn that from? I want to learn that too. So I tend to avoid casting. Yeah, I try and use more like programming methods that I'm aware of inside blueprints, like abstraction and encapsulation and object-oriented programming stuff. There are times that like you just need to crack on, so I'll pop a cast in just to prototype a lot. I appreciate it, man. I don't like. Yeah, I appreciate you saying so. I don't. You're welcome in any time. Like, you're welcome in the Discord. You're welcome to chat game dev. I love chatting in game dev. Like, I will chat your socks off for game dev. Here he is. Look at him. Beautiful. And if you've got a question, just ask it. If I don't know the answer, I'm gonna tell you I don't know the answer. But if I do know the answer, then I'll tell you the answer, sort of thing. I'm not precious on it. I think the thing that concerns me the most, and the thing that I'd like to try and avoid, is I like how far and big we are. Like, we're like, we keep growing, which is cool as a thing. But I'm worried that the more people that I get, is the less personal it becomes, because I don't want to. That's cool. I don't have a door like that. I mean, a door that only opens from the right side to make shortcuts like Dark Souls. Yeah, I think people would love that. I know how to do that because doors, but I haven't got one in my project for that. So I think that'd be awesome. Does this guy move? He does. Look at him go. That's awesome. He's very good. Yeah, no, he is sound. Normally he's around. He's not. Yeah, I keep telling him to like just record the process and upload it as a thing, because why not? But yeah, no, he's very, very good. Sound bloke as well. I hate Blender, Danny. I hate Blender. If you like Blender, I worry for your sanity, mate, because it might be the worst program I've ever used in my entire life. Like, it's sat here on the computer. In fact, I might have even removed it. That's how much I hate it. Do I see it? Blender. Oh no, it's still here. Somewhere. Oh, there it is. When was the last time I opened Blender? Does it tell me? Yeah, like months. Like last year, maybe. Accessed. Oh no. Not today. That doesn't count. I hate it. It's so unintuitive for me personally. Right, enemy. We've got their stats. If it works, then it works. Conditions, inventory, stats. Because in here we're setting the health, the attack speed, the armor, the physical damage. Need a way of making this a bit cleaner. Right, we want to get the keys. And we want to do a for each loop. We want to get the stats and get the stats. Original. And find. There we go. In here. And if we find a stat that exists in here, then we want to get the values and get a copy at the index of this one. And then we want to set I don't know, want to do set. Oh, this is frustratingly annoying. We want to get all the stats, loop through them, find if the stat is in our stats thing, which it should be. No, that's not true. Okay. Add unique. Get stats. Add. There we go. That's what we wanted. So this will be keys. And then we want the values of those keys. Which gives us stat type here. And then we want to do a for each loop on the keys. And the array element is this one. This is get a copy. There's a whole, sorry, I've been concentrating. So do you do animations and meshes alone? I did try to learn Blender, but I kind of got stuck into it and gave up. Yep, I get that completely. I'm sticking to Unreal for the time being, and then I'll jump into like Blender and other programs later. I want to happy with like the coding aspect first, and then everything else. The thing is with doors got me the whole interact. Super drag. Yeah. So there's a whole like game dev principle on doors, and like just how introducing even just a simple door in a game is like horrible. Let's see if I can find a video. Legend doors.
I've wanted to add.
The biggest challenge in making The Last of Us Part 2.
I've wanted to add doors to the game for the longest time now. I recently overhauled.
So this, yeah, I think this does a good job of explaining why like even something as simple as doors are just horrible. D&D, man. Kids like playing D&D. They grab their Lego characters and stuff, and they're like, "Let's play D&D." I'm like, "Oh god, I've got to invent a whole thing on the spot." Okay. Let's see what this is. So they start and they can do a random part of this combo. Yeah, no, that's fine. Ooh. I wanted to do a check for what I was setting this to. So key press, key events, 9 is probably one that I've not used. Yeah, actor, F class. You should never use this. This is horrible, but I'm using it. Yeah. VPC stats. Yeah, stats. Find health. Get current. Print string. Okay. This is on key number 9. The enemy has 100, but the enemy default here. No, give me 10 seconds, mate. I just want to make sure this works. So hopefully this prints 100. Yeah, let's go. All right, it works. Why should you not do get actor of class? It only gets the first one. So it's not getting every actor. It's only literally just getting the first one that appears. So you just shouldn't use it, especially for enemies. Like if I have more than one enemy, like I've got this guy and now I've got this guy, it's only going to get the first one of them, so it's never going to get the second one because the second one it just won't reach. So it's a useless node, but I just needed it to check the code that I'd put inside the construction script. I needed it to check this code to make sure it was setting the health and the stats properly that I wanted to add. So now I think I've got another stat on here. Yeah, physical damage is set to 10. It will be set to 10. Set to 10. So now if I set this check here to physical damage, I don't think I've got any. Oh no, I do. It's set to 10 here. Okay. Let's have a OP enemy. Get rid of this one. And there's no, like, you can use get all actors of classes, but then it's gonna cycle through all of them. Like I don't need to do that. Like I say, I'm only doing this here so that I can check what's going on. Yes, that's definitely working now, and we can just get rid of that code. Fully got distracted. So the enemy has a spear, and he has a hand, and the enemy BP has nothing that would say attach here. Okay, that's interesting. That's the death event. Here we're spawning the weapon. Cool. And we're attaching it here. Doing that here, that here. Okay. Class B. Main hand, but I bet this doesn't have a measure of main hand. Let's check this guy out. Where's his hand? Hand. Has he got so many bones, man? It's hand L. And R. Add socket. Oop. Main hand. Did I spell that correct? Yes. You what? Well, that's not right. Hold up a second. Now I've got to check why. You what? So if I add a preview asset to this, why is it so massive? I'm very confused. What? Oh man, what is that? A thing? Is there a whole ass? Oh, that's all one and lines up. That's all one and lines up. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Huh. No, it's this. It's because the scale on the whole rig is knackered. Oh man, that's not what I wanted to see. I just want him to be one. Just can't set his scale to be one. What the hell? Because that's why it's like times in this by 50. So main hand, when we add a weapon, times in it by 50. Which then sucks. So what's 0.5? Nope. I mean, it's smaller. 0.005. there we go. 0.05 gives us our enemy with an axe. Cool. So now he's got an axe. Awesome. But what if I don't this? What have I got in here? And what's this? This is the base item BP. Okay. Well, the good news is our enemy moves around to us. Bad news is he doesn't have a montage to play, so he can't do anything. We can solve that by promoting this to a variable, calling this the attack, the ATTK montage. And compiling. Then we can set that from our character, which is fine. But am I just fixing a problem here for another day? This guy can go away. What animations have we got for our bad guy? Got his idle, his hit reacts, his death, and his attacks. Only walks. Only runs. What's his run like? Little derpy dude. And his walk. Why is he strutting? What's that about? Like, why is he deciding he's going for a little strut? I mean, his death seems decent, to be fair, and his attacks are fine. Okay, that's fine. Stop moving. So for enemies, we're also going to want to then have a object that is a type class. This is such a weird thing to do because it's the animation blueprint. Like, they don't have an animation blueprint variable, so you have to put it down as an object. It's very bizarre. Now I need to actually build one. So ABP. First off, let's grab a blend space. Just use our legacy one. Blend space. Yeah, that'll do, but animation blueprint. I just want a template. Yeah. Let's make a template so I can use this elsewhere. ABP. Enemies. Default slot. State machine. Commission. Cool. And idle walk run. That'll do. Ooh, tired. And then inside here, what do I want? Yeah, so initialize. To character. Write that to a variable. Let's get the movement component as well. We'll promote that as well. Mate, I can't drink it, man. It's horrible. That and tea. I'm like the British and English and all that. I just can't drink tea. I hate it. It's like cardboard water. What is that? I don't know why people find it. And there's so many kinds of it. People love it and go nuts for it. I'm just like, why? Can't stand it. But yeah, my rant about tea. So we want to get this. Yeah, I just don't get it. And then ground speed is direction. This will do for all of the ones that I need. And should move and is falling. These are all the default ones. I like a good I don't even like energy drinks, to be fair. I can't even be like, yeah, my body's all pure in that, because like it ain't. Like, give me a good takeaway in a can of Coca-Cola. Character movement goes in here. That's annoying. Yeah, we'll just create these variables. Now, hopefully, we should have a template for all of our enemies if they've got different skeletons, which is good. So this one should move, not ball. And then we want a animation. And I just want a animation node. Sequence player, that's what I want. And then this can be a dynamic pin. No, exposes pin, that's what I want. Then should be able to promote this to a variable. So this will be idle sequence. And I think that should be is good to go. Lost my enemy. Enemy is going AVP. So animation blueprint. I just do a new animation blueprint. No, we just create child animal blueprint. That's what I want to do. Lost. And then inside the variables, I should just be able to put the idle sequence. You know what? Like, if it knows my skeleton and knows what I'm doing, why the heck have I got to choose from all the idle animations in the entire world when like it knows which ones are on the skeleton? It's so frustrating. Okay. There you go. You learned something about how animation blueprints and templates work. Hopefully, maybe, unless you already knew this. You already knew it's a bit embarrassing. Enemies. So now in all my enemies, I just need to set up the sequences for the animation blueprints without having to like make my own state machines and edit it and stuff. It's super quick. Oh, there we go. So like here, yeah. Here, I just get to play this. Can I just delete this then? Because the sequence player wants me to choose it. So if I had one inside this template, let's do this. I don't know if I can do. Oh yeah, the blend space player. And then we promote ground speed to the X and direction to the Y. Should be able to blend space player. Oh. Super easy. I don't even need to like edit anything or change anything. Now just set up the animations that I want inside the children without having to faff around. So yeah, well, template animation blueprints, they are like so good. Yeah, I don't think that changes anything. No, sequence player, blend space player, yeah. And then like you still need to put yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like it's so much easier than having loads of different enemies with loads of different blueprints and stuff. You make one animation blueprint that's super basic, that is casted to the character, so not specific. So you can get all of your stuff here, and then yeah, you use sequence players and blend space players to put in all the information. Like, you still have to have an animation blueprint per instance or enemy or whatever, because they need to use the skeleton and stuff. But then, yeah, you just select in this graph here what you're going to override each one with. So like the idols here and the blend spaces here. It's meant. I should probably set up this blend space there. Idle. Oh wait, what's the speed? Speed will be 500, so that we can outrun him should we need to. Walk and run. And we'll save that. And then in our enemies on the construction script, we can get this mesh and do set animation code. No, that's the use animation blueprint. Set anim class. Anim instance class, there we go. Yeah, and this guy goes down here. That gets completed. Now, hopefully, so it moves to me. Is this because I've not got a nav mesh set up there? No, there's a nav mesh. Why are you not running, my little friend? Oh, wait. DT enemies. Not giving him the blooming one. AVP child. That's going to need a name change. There we go. He's dropped his arms and he's after us. Look at him go. Oh shit, he attacked us, but badly. Now he's dropped his loot. There's obviously a fair few errors with that, but rotate the axe. Oh, in his hand, yeah. He shouldn't have an axe, he should have a spear. He's going to have a spear in a second. I'm just like making sure that everything's working. Look, he's got a spear, but I don't have a spear at the minute to equip to. But yeah, like, it is doing the business that it needs to do. Progress be progressing. Like, he's not even got an attack at the minute. Just vibrating. But he has a spear attack in here. So it's pretty cool. So we'll grab that and put it on later on. But right now, I'm starving and get some food. So I appreciate you sticking around, and hopefully you've learned something. That animation blueprint trick is pretty good, honestly. It'll save you loads of time as well. So it's powerful. So yeah, thank you everyone for sticking around and joining us, and we'll be back another time.